All right, everybody, we've got Aurora Courtney with us, and she is an absolute amazing real estate agent, and she's using Chime like some of you don't even know you can use it. And that's why we have her on here, because when I saw landing pages, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I was like, whoa, wait, slow down, everybody. What the hell is this? I mean, I wasn't even aware of it. Brett's like, dude, where have you been? So that's why we brought you in, Aurora. Aurora, tell us a little bit about what area you cover and how long you've been in real estate.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that introduction. I started selling real estate here in Anchorage, Alaska in 2017 as an individual agent. And I've actually been licensed since 2015. I had another job where it was required. So I service and I'm licensed to sell real estate in all of Alaska, but Alaska is huge. So I typically stick with the South Central region. If I spend a lot of time between Talkeetna and Kenai. So typically that area, although I can sell outside of that. So vacant land, for instance, if someone wants to list it, a lot of times it doesn't matter where you're at. So I can do anything. I can do it all.
I like anything. You hear that? She can do anything.
Basically,
you
right.
want it,
basically, if you have a client in Alaska, just send them to Aurora and she'll figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, and if I can't do it, I know someone awesome who can. So it's a tight group here.
Hey, that's the secret is knowing people, especially in
So you've been licensed for a little bit, but give like the full story of how you got into real estate.
Oh my gosh, like how far back?
Like your first house. Like why did you get into real estate?
So I guess the first house that I bought, I was 19 and I found a puppy in a cardboard box, which started this whole dilemma. And I couldn't find a place to rent that would allow not only dogs, but also a puppy. So I looked around for a while, couldn't find anything I'd want to live in. Everything was already, dog manhandled, and decided to consider buying. And at the time I was in college, so I was considered low income and was able to qualify for some of the lower income loans, and got a program where I could buy a zero lot line and have roommates and basically live for free, which I thought was pretty great, having left my mom's house. And then realized that I could rent out my bedroom and make money. So my first house cash flowed after about a year, and I went back to my mom's basement.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so that kind of started me thinking about when you want to have income coming in and you don't want to work more than 8 hours a day, investing in real estate is where it's at. So that was my first house.
Hang on a second. My Wi-Fi is cutting in and out, so give it a second here. I was gonna say the first time I heard that story, I kind of laughed. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We got you.
How many properties do you have now?
So we have 8 rental units now, 8 doors, if you will. And yeah, my husband and I are very into buying things and fixing them up. And he's kind of the fixer guy, enjoys that. But together I find it and I'm like, here's how we could buy it. Cause he's always like, if we can buy it, I'll do it. And I'm like, oh, don't threaten me with a good time. We're going to buy it. So we just bought one in March and then remodeled it, pretty much all parts of it. It was frozen solid and it had been a hoarder's house. And now it's a gorgeous house on Hillside, which is a nicer area on an acre. And we have it on Airbnb. So we currently have 4 Airbnbs and we'll probably have a 5th by June. We're converting them.
Nice.
So let's talk about your business as far as real estate is concerned. How long have you been using Chime?
Oh gosh, I think I started in April of 2018. I have some talking points here. Is when I started with Chime. And the reason I picked Chime, because I had started with, Excel, my Excel Christmas database of 100 people, and realized very quickly that you can't keep track of stuff with Excel. It just doesn't work.
Randy, stop using Excel, damn it.
Oh my gosh, Randy. You need Chime 101, Randy. I'm just kidding. So I started with Excel and then I tried a couple of other ones, other CRMs, but they were either too much for me at the beginning. I didn't really have that many people, so it seemed like overkill to learn a system like that. And then I looked into Chime. It was just a random suggestion from someone. And it was amazing because when I came in, I started out like, oh, I'm never going to use all these features. These are too much for me. It doesn't matter. The site's already working and the pictures are pretty enough. I don't have a prettier picture of my own hand across the laptop, you know? So I just left all that stuff. And it worked for me for a long time. But then I realized once, you know, people started saying, be the local expert, right, Brett? And other things like that. If you put in pictures of Alaskan houses, it looks a little different here, as you can see in the background, than other places, you know? So the palm tree photos didn't work for me as much to make me look like the local expert that I am. So that was really awesome. That's one of my favorite parts about Chime, is that it's all customizable, but it works from the get-go. The second I turned it on, I was already an expert, you know, just so easy.
Yeah. Aurora and I have been talking for quite a while. It's weird because I search out the Auroras in real estate for whatever reason, it seems, and talk to all the Auroras in real estate. I don't know how that works.
It's a good group.
It's a right. When you and I first started chatting, like way back when, you like the property landing pages that exist now really didn't exist. And when we first started talking, it was, well, how do I get like all of my listing stuff out there? And then the other day you discovered that Chime starts
like
putting
Tristan.
These out there. Right.
Yeah.
Like Tristan found out that they do
I was
this.
like, wow, this is great.
If nobody knows what was the address of that one, Aurora? I'm sorry, I don't have it up in front of me.
Is this a test? It's 14801 Northfield Drive. And it's on my Facebook, and I put it up on this invitation Facebook also.
Northfield Drive. Okay, yeah. I want everybody to be able to see like what that is. So I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Let me just load it. I'm on the world's worst Wi-Fi.
While you do that, I just want to say I built one similar to this before these were available. These automatic ones about 2 weeks ago. Oh no! Look, you weren't registered on my site.
I'll fix that real fast, and then I'll reshare.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
He's using a private browser, Aurora.
I see.
I'll save you.
Like, I know you stalk me. I know you haven't logged in.
Jeez. Like I didn't register on your site or something before that. Yeah, thanks. You'll get back to me shortly.
Yeah. Before, when I had to create a website like this, it was great. So I had one that was on, you know, I don't think it'll pull up now, probably. It's been a little while. But during the COVID time, I got a Matterport because you couldn't really show houses at the time. We were on lockdown, and I still needed to sell this house. So I built something similar, and it was awesome. But it took me a lot of time to try to put it together, pick which photos, and add the links and stuff. And this, you know, happening automatically is amazing. It saves me a ton of time. I'm super excited about it.
This is something that, Randy, when did this even roll out? Do you know?
The single property landing pages?
Yeah.
The automated.
Automated.
The automated? I don't
Aurora didn't create this. This was automatically created for her listing.
Yeah, the link came in my email, and then I clicked it because I was like, what is this? And then it was amazing. So I had to text Brett and tell him how in love I am with Chimes.
This is literally this, Randy, this is new. Like this is, I until she'd sent that to me, I think I'd seen it one other time. But anyway, so this is all automatically created. Aurora didn't create this. Chime created this for her, pulled in all the photos pulled in the basic photos from the listing, and then came in and pulled in the gallery and the property detail and school information. And then it goes similar homes for sale. And then there's contact information at the bottom. But yeah, this is swanky. I like this a lot. So if you get a listing, this now gets created.
I know that we've had the single property landing pages since I've been here, but in order for them to be auto-generated like that, I couldn't tell you an exact date as to when that rolled out.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was just saying about 2 weeks ago. If you take a listing, log into your Chime site and look for the auto property landing page, and that is what is now being created. And so, cool, fancy ways that you can use that is you can actually take now and run am I cutting in and out?
No, you're good. You're good actually right now.
Cool, interesting way to use that is go use the text codes portion of Chime and actually create a text code that when you have a rider on your listing sign, people can actually go to that landing page. You can also create a QR code for that as well. So But anyways, I had to share that. Aurora showed me that like you were saying 2 weeks ago. And I was pretty impressed. Let's see, what else do we have for you? Okay, so tell us more about like how you run your business using Chime. What has Chime done for you that has improved your business? We'll start there.
So I guess, I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but I love that it tells me who I should be calling next. You know, like for instance, when Adam did this, which I happened to rewatch his just recently, and you know, I was thinking if you're able to see who's most interested, you can spend that 20% of your effort on where 80% of your profit comes from. You know, instead of running your business always in defense, you're running in offense, and you're able to see who you should be contacting when, and then you don't over bombard the people who aren't really ready yet, but you're just where you need to be with the people that are. So that's been hugely game changing. Also, I love that we can, with the CMS, the content management system, put other stuff up. Like for instance, when I wanted to hire someone, I was able to put a career section by making a blank page. And so I have, if you happen to open mine, I have a bunch of half done pages that I just kind of play with. And I'm like, how can we say meet the team? And it says automatically, how many team members are in? And you say 2 people here to help you, you know, and it automatically pulls in your agents for you and all the information that you've already put in through the settings section. So yeah, you can go to careers up at the top right. So that's a page that I made just out of a blank one. And then I put my job description in there, and I left that photo. That's actually a stock photo because I really liked it. But if you scroll down to the bottom of that job description, it says how to apply, and right there. And those are the things I want. Notice number 8, what's your favorite breed of dog? Then I know they were paying attention. Just
Yeah,
so cool.
So real quick, Adam is always Johnny on the spot. He sent the help article in the chat that has the update regarding the automatic landing pages that are created for your personal listings. And that was added 13 days ago. And 13 days ago, I was in San Antonio at an event. So that is why I missed the new feature update and did a poor job going back and looking at it. So thanks again for Adam being on it. And that is, in fact, a very new feature. So I'm hyped to see that we're always rolling out new, awesome stuff.
It is something new. It seems like every other week. So
at least once a month. At least once a month. That's for sure.
So for those that I just want to show real fast, because Aurora brought something up about what to like, where to start and like who to follow up with. And so I'm logging into a demo account. Hey, Randy, thanks for letting me still have a demo account. I appreciate that. So if we look at like, what I like to tell people to do is come in here and start on the clipboard. And this is your task reminders. If at the end of the day, your task reminders are empty and your opportunities tab is empty, you should have called that a successful day. Every morning when you log into your Chime site, you should check your task manager and your opportunities tab. And if you have stuff in either one of those, this one tab, this opportunities tab, I call it the money tab. Because that money, the money is in this tab specifically. This is where people log in, and this will tell you when they came back to your site, if they viewed a property, if they viewed it 3 times, if they sent that property to somebody else. It talks about a lot of things that people are doing on your site. So when Aurora says that it tells you who to follow up with, if you spend your life in that opportunities tab, that is where the money is made. That is where 80% of your money lives. The other 20% is actually in that little clipboard, your task manager. That's when the smart plans are telling you to do certain things. Call this lead, reach out to this person, text this person. That's where the other 20% lives. So if you do nothing else than log in and look at those 2 tabs, that's where your money should be made. That makes sense?
Yeah.
It does,
Okay.
man. Here's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, because first of all, we've been using this already ever since I saw it, by the way. And then I'm like, we need Aurora on here. I'm like, oh, I have to dig in. So I'm going to just go to the back end of my Chime account. Let me see. I think it is here. And so we've got 3 active listings, and they're like 4 million, 5 million, and I don't even know the other one. But I'm going to pick the one that's the lower one. And here are the options that you've got. And I don't think people know this, right? Check this little one out. post to social media. You're wondering how to get business because as soon as they get there, I mean, I'll just take you to this one. All right, as soon as you're there, the picture's a little grainy, but as soon as you go here for a little bit, there's going to be a pop-up and it's going to ask you for information, right?
Hey, do they
So,
want to sell that couch?
dude, for sure, I might want it. You never, just out of the blue, just out of the blue. All right, so we go back in here. That's option number one, right? Right there, go into the socials. And then you've got this. This to me is extremely awesome, right? Now I can be like, well, let's send it out to this person, Joe,
Right.
and Sue. And then I could be like, I'm going to email them or I'm going to text it to them. Obviously, I'm going to text it to them, right? And now look at that link right there.
Right. Right. Hey,
This is
hey, Tristan,
shoot.
go to the little house next to the blue airplane. My favorite tab is the blue airplane, but go to the house.
All right.
I want to show you something else that you can do here too.
All right. The little house over here for those of you following along. There it is.
Yep. Okay. And then you can close out of that. So go to team listings down there on the left-hand side. Click on that. Now, when you were saying like send it to certain leads, look at your buyer matching tab there.
Dude, yeah, I know.
63 leads match that one. So that's where I spend my time. So click on that. Click on any one of those. I don't care which one.
182.
Right. So if they have 5 matching factors or greater, they're going to get a text. I would text if they have 5 matching features or greater. Send them a text. And I've had a lot of people ask me like, hey, Brett, why do that? Our auto property alerts do that already. The idea here is to be proactive, right?
Yes.
Let's be proactive. So you send them a text and go, hey, Daniel, for example, because it'll put their first name in there just like that. I would change that text around to say like, hey, Dan, or hey, Daniel, I noticed this property today when I was searching the MLS. It looked like it had a lot of things that you're looking for. Want to go tour it? And it doesn't necessarily just have to be for your listings. This could be for any listing that comes on the market that day. Anybody that has 5 or greater matching features should be getting a text from you. Hey, did you see this property today? It looks like you're personally sending it to them.
Well, that's what Brett, I love that because that's where I would go and create a similar text template to what that sounds like. So I could just be like, bump, you saw me going over here to a template.
Yep.
I could just be like, you know what? I'm always doing this. Hey man, I just found this. Or hey Joe, I just found this and I think you might like it because it has a couple of features you like. Boom, here it is. Right.
Yep.
So I really, really love that. Let me stop sharing that because I love that. And then on top of that, with the landing pages, you can always send it out to, this is getting a little deeper, but if you have the neighboring people, right? And if you want to go in deeper and then retarget through the cell phones or the right email addresses that you have, you can, in essence, create an ad from that landing page and then just retarget that whole farm. And then people are like, oh, look, the Joneses just put up their home for sale, right? And then all of a sudden, that's even more targeted. So that's an option too. But this is
neighbor marketing.
You can even create a listing promotion ad for your listing right inside of Chime, so you don't actually have to learn how to do any of that, right?
Yep.
So like, rather than taking that individual listing page and going onto Facebook and learning how to create the ad, you just kind of press the buttons in the back of Chime and it automatically creates that listing promotion tool for you.
Hey, Randy, I had a question for you on that. Actually, Aurora had a question for me on that. I have a question for you on that. Is there any way you can log in and show how that works and if things need to be moved? Okay, so let's say Aurora gets a listing tomorrow, okay? And she wants to run that automated listing, social media listing platform that you guys have. And then let's say 5 days later it goes under contract. Does she have to put that it goes under contract or does the system recognize that?
The system will update all of that.
Got it. So it's literally a set and forget.
Ideally so, yes.
And forget it. Yeah, one of the nice things too about landing pages, and correct me if this has changed, but it tells you when a lead comes from that landing page. So then you know which campaigns are working for you. Because I've seen that in the past. I'm like, oh, that's cool. People are looking at my stuff, you know?
Right.
And, you know?
And
I'm always amazed.
Aurora, you can take that one step further and you can actually build a smart plan around that. So you could have what's called a new listing smart plan. And every time you put a new listing up, you copy the smart plan and make it for that property. And that property then would be, thanks for checking out 123 Main Street. Talk a little bit about the property in each one of the steps. Do you want to go see the property? Do you want to set up a showing for the property? You can take it from there and run with it. So then it's this automated smart plan whenever one of those leads comes through on the landing page.
Well, also, furthermore, this is a cool tool that you can use in order to actually help set yourself apart inside a listing presentation as well, right? I mean, so many sellers are concerned about how you can get the most amount of eyeballs on their property. Well, you show them, look, this is how many, you show them like an existing listing promotion ad you've run. These are all the people who've seen it and clicked on it, And, that's not the type of material very many agents are coming to listing presentations with.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's key because you can also do this automated. I'm glad Adam put that up there, but here I just texted it to myself so people can see what this looks like when you text it to yourself. And here's the picture of it, right? It populates with the picture and the information. And this way, if you're like, hey, I just finished creating this landing page for you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here it is, take a look. Is there anything wrong, right? Or can we add anything else? And like, oh, this is amazing, right? This is just another feature that's created for you automatically. We just have to understand that it's part of our tech stack under Chime that we can use. That's why I loved Aurora. You just blew my mind when I saw when Brett brought it up, and I was like, what? We need her on here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So
I actually have to say the same thing when you send an email to someone and you add from the house thing and you add it to an email, from the email you add the house. It shows up with the picture, which is so nice in the description. So you can actually, pick it. Before with other CRMs that I used, it would be a link. They're like, "Ooh, check out this link," but then someone has to click it. They're not, compelled. If it's not compelling, it's not selling. If it's just a link, no one wants to click it. So it's really nice to have the photo. That was one of the reasons I did Chime too.
I like
It's
that.
funny because back in the day, I used to use a different CRM that only sent out the link. And I did like an A/B test on whether or not the link got clicked or the photo got clicked. And so I actually A/B tested it. And for a while, it was the link that was getting clicked because people were curious about it. But now we've actually moved into a different era, if you would. And if you're not sending pictures with it, you're not getting as many clicks. And so it's actually turned out.
The amount of spam text people get to like really sketchy websites.
Yeah.
Why would they want to click on that?
I'm not clicking
exactly. No, if it doesn't come with a picture, I don't click it. So
look, if it's not compelling, it's not selling.
That's right. That's stolen, by the way, from Tom Ferry.
Well, we stole it from you, so.
Well, I stole it from him.
He probably stole it from somebody else. So there you go.
Yep.
Nothing is original. You just have to figure out who to credit.
I'm crediting Aurora.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm actually going to credit myself on this one.
I'm gonna no, yours was, what did you rhyme? You said cool. This is cool tech or something?
Cool tool.
Cool tool.
The tech stack.
I don't want credit for that one. I'm going to give Brett credit for cool tool because I don't want that one.
Oh, come on.
Hilarious. All right, guys. Well,
okay.
I think
so Aurora,
you got 2 minutes. Shoot.
If anybody has a client that's coming up to Alaska, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they go to my website, of course. My Chime website. It'll ask you to log in, or you can call me, but call, text, or email.
Cool.
Throw me a snowball, whatever.
Tag Alaska. Tagalaska.com if you need to get in touch with Aurora. So, well, that was fun. I'm glad we did this one. I'm glad we got you on here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Any questions before Aurora leaves us for the day?
No, Brooke said appreciate all of you. So thank you, Brooke. We appreciate you. Aurora was very kind enough to jump in here. So Aurora, thank you so much. Brett, thanks, buddy. Randy, thanks, man.
See you guys soon.
Everybody.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
It's recorded and it goes into our Chime YouTube channel. So thank you,
Yep.
Greg. There you go.